Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our podcast series, the Spotlight Session here at HighLevel. In these sessions, we showcase top leaders in the marketing and sales world. Today, I'm joined by Carlos Adell, the founder of the iconic Business Hub, where entrepreneurs go to get their time back. Carlos and I have put some time into putting a great episode together so we can help you unlock parts of your business that you may not realize need unlocking. We've labeled this episode Tapping into Your Zone of Genius to Elevate Your Business. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about three important bullet points. One is shifting the focus. Stop selling the tool and sell the result. And then we're going to get into how to attract those high quality clients. And lastly, we're going to bring everything together with how to discover your zone of genius. Carlos Adell, it is great to have you here. For those in our audience who might not know you yet, could you share a bit about you, your journey, and what you have in line for us?
John, thanks so much for the intro, brother, and I'm super excited to be here. My name is Carlos Adell. As you said, I'm from Spain, originally from Spain. I started in business like way back when I was like 15. So I always been very interested in the entrepreneurial world. But I ended up in corporate, and at some point I got burnout, and I quit. I'm an engineer. I'm an industrial engineer, so systems and numbers and stuff. This kind of stuff is my thing. But then when I finally quit corporate, after a few years trying to figure out what to do, I started a coaching business, which was super successful. I basically was like a solopreneur business, made like about $1 million in under 2 years. And then after a while, I burned out again. And then I decided to go into SaaS. I discovered, not that I discovered HighLevel, but I had been using it for a very long time, loving it. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to coach people anymore. I'm gonna build a SaaS business. And here we are today. And it's been like, business is never a straight line. It's always ups and downs and learning lessons and whatnot. So since I started the SaaS business until today, there's been like a lot of mistakes and learning lessons, and hopefully my mistakes can help people to avoid them.
Yeah, and this resonates with a lot of our audience, our users, our community. I've heard time and time similar stories where folks will go from working for a small, medium, or even larger enterprise company, get burned out, find this hidden inner superpower of theirs, take a bet on it, and then succeed quickly, and then fall hard. They fall hard,
Yeah.
and then they wonder how to get up, and they go at it again. It sounds like you've been through that yourself, where you've taken the chance, you've ran into the wall, and then you got back to realign yourself. A big question that comes up is, what inspired you or motivated you to keep at it?
To keep going. Man, it's a good question. Like when I was 21, and I'm not gonna make it very long, but I had a massive car crash, and you can still see some scars in my face. And I was in a coma for a week. And when I woke up after a week, like there was a lot of things to think about, and I'm like, well, I can't live my life. My life can be average, like what do I have to lose? I already died once. So this is my second chance to make something good out of my life. And I think that was an experience that later on it helped me very much into keeping into the entrepreneurial journey, because it's like you have to be persistent. You need to get used to fail. You need to get comfortable with failing and getting yourself up and keep going, because the only moment you fail is when you give up. And a lot of people are trying and they fail. And I see that a lot of these people actually stop because they think that's not for them. Well, the thing is that how much you want it, and how important it is for you to create something that is yours. And a lot of people fail because their motivation is in making money and getting rich. versus doing something that it makes them happy and it fulfills them while it helps other people. And I don't want to spoil the end, but the thing is that business is a very psychological journey. You cannot go into business just to make money, because chances are you're gonna fail. And I know that a lot of people had made a lot of money going into business only for money, but to me, after my experience, it was more important to be fulfilled and happy with what I was doing than making a lot of money with it. And just to just to add to the answer, when I built my coaching business, I thought that was gonna be the thing that I was gonna do for a very long time. But then it was all about making more money, selling more programs, getting more emails sent. And after a while, all this money didn't make me any happy. I'm like, yeah, you make the money, but unless you're happy, you don't really, the money doesn't really make the cut. So again, like, I'm trying to condense everything into like a one short answer, but your mindset is super important when you go into business, and it's probably the first thing you need to look into.
When it comes to, you you just it's amazing how you just kind of read my mind on that. Mindset is what I was thinking as you were talking, right? So if I'm new into marketing, or if I've been doing this for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years in different forms, different styles, and maybe as that person I'm describing, they look at some YouTube videos, they read books, they listen to podcasts, maybe they manifest a little bit. How have you unlocked your mind to work with you, not against you?
Wow, man, you're doing the good questions. So the thing is that you always gonna doubt yourself, right? In today's, like, when I started, it was already crazy, the internet world and Facebook and whatnot. But I guess that after COVID, like, this thing like exploded. It's just insane. Like, everyone's online, you get bombarded with information, you don't know where to look at. You could follow like 1,000 different people in one day because they all give you the silver bullet. The thing is that understand that you're gonna make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up when you fail. First of all, you know that you can't steer a boat that is in the deck. You need to move to be able to decide what direction you go. So start taking action, start doing things, and decide what suits you as you go. But what I would say, the most important thing is to make the decision to choose what is the path that you want to follow, and find someone who you can model, and you can copy. Like, at the beginning, is important to have like a guide, or a guideline that you can follow, and be relentless, and be like, you're always gonna doubt yourself, but at some point you need to understand that you're never gonna get things perfect. You can make a little progress. So do things and feed yourself with the little progress and little wins that you keep making on the way, and keep adjusting your direction as you go. Because to me, I don't think I will never achieve success, because once it's like the horizon, you can never get there. So you understand that you just keep moving forward, and you just keep achieving one goal and then another. And then you need to celebrate the little wins. And then I don't know, like, I remember the first time that someone booked a call with me, I had put all my programs together, all the systems, all the web pages, all the coaching things, all the calendars. Back then, I didn't know Go HighLevel yet, but I remember that someone booked a call. And I'm like, oh my gosh, someone booked the call. I was telling my family, hey, someone booked the call. It was a spam. But the thing is that I remember these little moments because they little wins, right? And you grow with these little wins. So that would be my unclear answer to your difficult question.
My takeaway
I
from that
had I had
is, if the wisdom, the experience, and the will to keep going is a good foundation of if it's meant for you, if you want it to be meant for you, to have your own business, to go all in on yourself. And, there are different opinions around, oh, you need to have the laptop lifestyle where you're working, 3 hours a day and that's it. And then the other mentality is you need to work, 24 hours a day and sleep is when you're gone. Right. And to your point, like that mindset, your journey, your end result, you start, no pun intended, to what you do as a living, you reverse engineer it and you start to put back, this is my end result and these are the things I need to do in those steps to get there. And to your point, it's creating that creating as clear as a possible picture to follow, visual, checking the box.
That will be what's gonna get you motivated. But again, like I made the only reason I talk like the way I talk today is because I made all the mistakes. I did the non-sleeping, I did the messaging 100 people every 2 hours on Facebook. I did all these things, and I found that what things didn't work for me. And I also found out what things that I know and they're not going to work for my clients. So now I can help them avoid these mistakes. But one of the things that we all do is we all chase this big goal that we see, right? Like the millionaire. The millionaire is the cool guy. Now the millionaire is the second-class citizen. Now is the billionaires, right? We're going to make a lot of money. So the thing is that we chase this big goal and we ignore who we are. And you said something very important. To me, the laptop lifestyle is BS. I don't like it. I mean, you put me like traveling on a laptop, I'm like, dude, give me like time to run my business and to do my things. For me, it doesn't suit. But I know a lot of people that make a really good living and it fits them. So the first question you need to ask is, what do I want? Who am I? And what can I keep doing long term without burning out? And then from here, and knowing where you want to go, adjust your journey and your trajectory. Make sense?
Absolutely. And I think that's I'm glad we went over this because as we get into our first topic of shifting focus, right, to start selling, the result, you need to have the right mindset because what you say to your potential customers or your customers, they need to understand that you believe and that you know what you're talking about. And that doesn't happen overnight. That happens over time, experience, wins and failures. So, if we have an audience member that is selling a little bit of everything within HighLevel, or they're selling a little bit of everything within their marketing portfolio services, how do we go? How do we start to build the mindset and the framework of shifting focus from stop selling the widget or the cool service to selling the result?
A great question. So I'm going to give you two answers. The answers for the ones that like to sit down and plan and think and organize, and the answers for the action takers. Okay. I hate planning, sitting down and organizing. I'm like, I don't read instructions from things. I just go and do it and learn as I move forward. So I would say start doing whatever you think is the right thing to do. Okay. Don't think too much. Just take action, do it. As you move forward, you will find issues, you will find problems. You'll say, okay, this, I thought that was going to be good, but it's not. So I'm going to change, I'm going to adjust my approach here. And then you're just gonna start turning into the direction that you want to go. But again, you need to understand what you want to go. Do you want to spend a lot of time dealing with clients? Do you want to learn about emails, messages, workflows, and everything? Do you want to do it all yourself? You want to be a freelancer, you want to be a CEO and handling a team of people doing things for you. These are little questions that you want to ask yourself. But most of the time, when you're getting started in business, you don't know that these questions need to be asked. So this is why I say, like, you're an action taker, go on, start doing things and learn from other people so you know what paths are available for you. If you like to plan, then great. Sit down and have like an honest conversation with yourself and say, hey, what is the kind of business I want to run in the future? And how am I going to run it? Am I going to have this team? Yes. Okay. What things I enjoy doing and what things I don't enjoy doing? What things I know that can help people that are behind me or that can benefit from my knowledge? And is there things that I want to learn and specialize on these things? Because usually you're going to be offering to sell Go High Level. I mean, you need to be Go High Level. No one's going to sell Go High Level better than Go High Level, right? So it's a tool. It's a tool, and it's very useful. It's great, but you wanna. It's like selling a hammer, right? Yeah. If I'm selling hammers, I'm not gonna sell you the hammer. I'm gonna say, hey, look what this beautiful cabinet that I built with this hammer and these nails. It is fantastic, and I say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I wanna build it. Hey, this is how I build it. That's the hammer. Like, why? This is what a lot of people we are doing when we start trying to sell Go High Level, is trying to sell this amazing tool because we all love the tool. But when you can sell the cabinet or the wardrobe or the house that you've built with this tool to the client, say, hey, this is the house. You want the tool to build it, here it is. But if you want it built, I'm the one that you need to hire, right? So now you learn something valuable that you can do with that tool, and you can openly tell the client, hey, this is Go High Level. I'm using Go High Level. At the beginning, I was hiding it. I was worried because what if my clients find out that I use Go High Level? They will go and buy Go High Level from Go High Level because it's cheaper. And then I soon realized that started to happen to me. And then I'm like, well, that's a problem that I don't want to have in my business. I don't want to be hassling through trying to sell affiliates and selling this thing, not telling my clients that this is Go High Level. So slowly but surely, because I'm an engineer and I love building these systems, and I'm like, oh, tell me what's your business and what you want to accomplish, and I'll tell you exactly what is the backend system that you need to build. And by the way, I'm gonna build everything with Go High Level. So I started doing this because this was one of my skills and one of my natural things that I like to do. And then slowly but surely, I stopped selling the tool, and I didn't even talk about the tool. I would sell them the outcome, what I could do with this tool, right? Sending emails, sending SMS, integrating all these things in the same place. And then we start like, wow, this is amazing, and you can do all that stuff. Yes. And this is the tool that I use, by the way. But then I stopped being scared from these people to going somewhere else, because the skills that I have, the things that I love doing, no one else can do.
How long did it take? Yes, it's there's a large group of people that are going through that now, right there. There's different strategies, there's different styles. Yes, you can white label the platform. Yes, you can white label the app. Yes, you can change the interior look and design and feel.
Yeah.
But I feel like what you're sharing is that make all those changes for a better client experience, not to sell the software as a unique, because the person that they're buying is the most unique, which would be that marketer and their skill set, which is what they've put together, whether it's an intellectual snapshot, script, process, workflow. That's the value. When in your business did that shift for you? Was it 5 years in? Like, when did that, like, how did that come about to you, right? Because we sometimes, as marketers, we get in the zone of things and we just put our head down and keep going.
Yeah, so this is exactly what I did. Put my head down and keep going. And I made all the mistakes I mentioned that before, because I know that some people might be thinking, oh, yeah, but you knew your skills and you knew what you could do and you knew what you could sell. No, I did not. But what I did is I was, hey, I'm going to sell this tool. I love this tool. Instead of, I'm going to put support. I'm going to give a little bit of extra things in the back end, so they can sign up with me. And I started doing that as crazy, with talking to as many of my previous coaching clients that I had. And I generated like a decent recurring revenue out of it, just selling the platform at a subscription level. I think it was like 147 or 197. But then I realized, I was having all these things that I didn't sit down and plan and think through things. But I started seeing a lot of people the churn, the people pulling out is quite high. And then these people request my time quite a lot. and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna provide something else on the side, so to kind of make, you know, my clients more loyal. So it happened naturally, and slowly but surely people started asking me for more things to do for them, and then I started building a team around it. The thing is, because I have this experience in business and in corporate and working with big corporations, and I have like an experience that is very unique to me. I can apply this knowledge to give my clients a service and an attention that no one else can give, because no one else has my experience, right? I'm not saying it's better or worse than anyone else. It's just different. So what I'm using is I'm using this combination of knowledge to provide the product that nobody else can provide. Now, if you're starting and you say, hey, I don't have any knowledge, I'm just starting in business, I'm just 20 years old and I just dropped out of college. Great, no problem. Start doing what you think is going to work. Start selling whatever you think is going to work, because during this time, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get some clients, you're going to lose on others, you're going to learn a lesson. Now, you're going to say someone's going to have a problem with emails and you'll have to go and figure out the problem. Now you have more experience. Now, in a year from now, you will have so much experience because you have tried and failed at so many things that you already are someone who's wise and knowledgeable about something that a lot of people can benefit from. So now you're not someone with a cool tool. You're someone with a cool tool and a lot of knowledge that you can use to help these people. And we're gonna get later into how do you find the people, right?
Yes.
But the thing is that you need to get started. If you're just getting started, if you already have a lot of knowledge, hey, focus. Now sit down and have a think and brainstorm some ideas. And hey, how can I use this knowledge to help people? What people, what knowledge, how much am I going to charge? This would be like a conversation to have.
Yeah, and this is a big foundation because if you got the mindset down packed, you're practicing, you're consuming, you're building a network around you, you're building that structure of your goals and staying on top of it. And then, as we get into running the business, yes, we want to sell what people want at the moment, but that has an expiration date. What you're saying is sell the knowledge and the strategy, use the tool as an added asset. So that way they never
Yeah.
leave you personally. They leave you because maybe something with their business or they've shifted on their own. So now,
Yeah.
let's say I've made those changes as a marketer, using, HighLevel or any other, tech stacks that are out there. How do I go about now attracting those high quality clients that I see everyone talking about? Like, let's say I'm selling my software or my process, my strategy, all packaged together for 197, 297, 397. But I know
Yeah.
there are people out there selling it for 1,500, 3,500, 6,500 and more. How do I get a piece of that pie? What do I need to do to make that change to get there?
Yeah, good question. And it's the million-dollar question, right? The thing is that, and I'm gonna say something that a lot of people are gonna jump, and I know that not everyone's gonna agree on that. Other people are gonna say yes, but. So that's the thing. If you see someone selling something at $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, and they doing it, well, have a look. What is that they doing? Can you do it? If you don't know how to do it, can you learn it? You probably, if you never sold anything in your life and now you want to sell tomorrow like a $10,000 subscription to someone, it might be a little bit difficult, but at least you have the outcome. And if you understand exactly what these people are doing and what you want to do, you can start walking towards that direction. Now, the next step, once you have this direction where you want to go, I would say find someone that you can help, and even if it's for free, and do the best possible job you can with this person. Because so when I started my business doing what I'm doing now, I mean, for the last 2 years, I didn't post, I didn't pitch, I didn't get on a sales call, I didn't do any marketing at all, because my clients started saying, "Oh my gosh, Carlos, I'm so glad that I found you. Like, I don't know what I would do without you. Nobody else in the market does what you do." And people are comparing me to companies that are making millions. And just today I had a call with the clients, like, they just a fraud. Like, they say they do what you do, but what you do, nobody else does. I'm not saying that I'm any better than them. I'm just saying that my clients, this is the feedback that I get from them because I did such a good job for them, not because I'm a great, but because I loved so much what I was doing that I focused not on getting $10,000 from them, but on like giving them like the best next level service that I could give them. And they kept on bringing me more clients and more clients and more clients. So we didn't even have to go and find new clients. So that's the thing. Find something that you can do and that you can do a really good job for. And don't need, I'm not a big fan of working for free, but find a reasonable price. I find someone that you can work, only one, and then do a fucking amazing job at helping this person. And you can say, hey, look, I'm just going to charge you like half the price that I would usually charge, but a condition. I need you to introduce me to someone who I might be able to help. And if you do that, I promise it's gonna work. But the problem I see in the market today is that people, we all want to send 100,000 emails every month and cold pitch like 100,000 people on Facebook and spam everyone because that's gonna bring us clients and we want to scale. No, look, do a good job and do a good job with one client. Not a good job, an outstanding job with one client. And I promise that if you focus on doing a good service, the new clients will come. Don't focus on scaling something that you still don't know how to do. So that, and for many, many years as a coach, I preached that concept, but I did the opposite. I was trying to get more appointment setters, more emails out, more conversations, people on LinkedIn, on Facebook, see different profiles on LinkedIn. And all it brought to me was overwhelm. But I felt that I was a fraud because I was the imposter syndrome. Like, I know there's all the people doing better job than me at coaching. But today, because I focus on perfecting the things that I'm doing for my clients, I'm confident that there is no one else doing as a good job as we do. And this is how we feel, and this is how our clients feel as well. So they keep bringing new clients on board.
So for somebody that's listening in that says, well, I don't have the time to work for free. I don't have that. I'm all in on this. Um, what I mean, if that was a coaching client of yours, what do you say to them? Do you say to them to go find another job and double hustle until you get your offer and your service right down packed?
No,
Because in their mind, they're thinking, I do 100,000 emails, I'll spam everybody, I should get someone that responds back. But on the contrary, you're saying like be perfect at what you do, even if it's with one client. Someone on the other end might be thinking, well, how do I pay my bills? How would you answer that?
yeah, I know this is why it's counterintuitive, right? Because we need the money and we need the money to pay and we need to make money. The funny thing is that when we are focused on the money, we make no money. And I could see that with my business. When I was coaching, I made like $40,000 the first month. From zero to $40,000. I was, wow, what is that? I never made all this money in a year in corporate. So I was so excited. Second month, same. I'm like, okay, the third month, I has to be more than that because I need to grow. And I was so focused on making money that I made zero. And this same tendency, it happened every time in my business. So as hard as it sounds, um, when you need the money the most is when you need to detach yourself of the money the most. And for someone that's getting started and going to your question, yeah, don't work for free if you need the money. Then spend some time to having conversations, building your network as much as you can, and find this one person that might need what you have to offer and say, hey, look, I cannot do it for free, but I'll do it for you half price. Even if you charge full price, tell them you're charging half because they gonna perceive that you're giving them something really valuable for half the price. So they get the perception that they're getting like a good deal and you still get to work and get paid, which is totally fair. You should get paid for your work.
I I
As
appreciate
the
you
saying,
jumping into that and sharing that because it's back to what you were saying was the mindset shift. It's
yeah.
the minute you start detaching yourself from the the money as the result, you start to organically, emotionally, spiritually
Mm.
drive to where you want to be because you're not focused on the money. Um, if you don't mind, is there a story or some examples or something you could share where you started putting yourself out there, whether it was on, social media, Facebook, YouTube? How did you go about building your brand or awareness around your superpowers, your knowledge, your passion for what you do?
Yeah, I went when I started my business, I was still in corporate, and that was many years ago. And I had no idea what business I wanted to build, but I understood that I needed a network. I understood that I needed an audience around me. So I really mastered social media, and I was getting lots of engagement for the sake of getting engagement. And so I had like a good following and good engagement on Facebook. And when I finally had my business model and I had something to sell, I leveraged this audience to generate this first income that I mentioned before. But 1 year after, and my business was growing and blowing and was fantastic, Facebook shut me down and I lost everything. I lost absolutely everything. So I was $500,000 business and I lost it. Because I lost my leads, I lost my content, I lost everything. So I had to rebuild my brand over again on LinkedIn. So I went on to LinkedIn. The thing is, the social media gives us like so many tools to build this audience, and you can, unfortunately, everyone can pretend to be whatever they want to be. There's a lot of fake. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be honest. And if you don't have a lot of experience, just be honest, be transparent. Because I don't think you can build a business on lies, at least not a good one. So what I did in my case is embrace who you are, first of all. I'm an engineer. Back many years ago, I had like my story with drugs and a bad lifestyle and bad people and whatnot, and I was always very ashamed of that part of my life, but I embraced that too. So basically, it's like make peace with who you are, make peace with your skills, but mostly with your flaws, and don't try to lie. Just be honest and say, hey, this is what I want to do, this is what I will do, and this is what I'm doing right now. And just be honest, have honest conversations with people. Even if you have to go one by one, with the online world, it's very easy. You just need to go on LinkedIn, go on Facebook, and start having conversations, not spamming people, just having conversations. Hey, John, man, I saw you in HighLevel. How are you doing, brother? Look, this is what I'm doing. Do you know anyone that could benefit from that? I'm just selling it for half the price. And if you don't spam people, people will listen to you and they will support you. And it feels like it's the slow path because you might have to go one by one, but man, the longest journey starts with the first step.
Powerful. We take sometimes, it's when we're in our scaling mindset or in our fast growth mindset or just I want to get there and I need to put extra effort. We think at mass. And what you just said was, just find someone that first impression, if you were to meet them at an event or you were to see them out and about, just if you guys lock eyes or they remind you of somebody or they shared something that resonated with you, be the first to acknowledge it. Hey, you look like a good
Yeah.
friend of mine. Hey, I went through that once before. It was exciting to see how you shared it. Or hey, I had that problem before. Here's the fix that I had
Yeah.
did, to
Yeah.
get it going. So powerful, man. The
Yeah.
basics, right?
Yeah, look, one thing, what that might help someone. Like one of the best clients that I ever got. Like I got it because I realized I was getting emails from someone whom I have connected on LinkedIn, and I was getting emails from this entrepreneur, and they were getting into my spam folder. So I responded. So hey, I see that your emails are getting into spam. I had some issues with spam like last year, and I learned a great deal on about how to avoid the spam folder with your emails. If you want to, I'm happy to give a hand. That was one email. It took me 2 minutes to send. I was very honest and genuine. Say, hey, man, I know it sucks. I know how to fix it. Happy to help. Um, they ignore. They say, yeah, oh, no. They respond, oh yeah, I would love that. And actually, this never went anywhere. But after a few months, this same person reached out to me and say, hey, you know what? I'm using HighLevel and I'm looking for someone who understands how it works. Are you able to help? I say, yes, let's get on a call. We got on a call, and this was one of my biggest clients that I ever had. And I was focused not on, hey, let's see how I can make some money out of this. And hey, I'm gonna see if I can help. And this was a clear example of how when you focus on helping instead of getting money from people, money will come to you.
Powerful. This is this resonates so much with the conversations that I have and people I meet, and I'm grateful that you're sharing this with our audience, because these are things that, like, maybe we realize or we know, or we hear from someone that's close to us, but maybe we discount it. And then when we hear from like a
Yeah.
complete stranger on a social media channel, it's like, oh, maybe they were right, or oh, I see what they were trying to say. It's the brain works in a weird way.
Yeah.
And on our final point here, that we, best for last, and it has a lot to do with a lot of what you've shared, but also how you coach your clients and how you help others to pretty much unlock their barriers, is discovering your zone of genius. What does
Yeah.
zone of genius mean to you, and maybe to a client of yours that shared their story?
Yeah. 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 That's another $1 million question. The thing is that as a business owner and a solopreneur, you understand that you have to be everyone in your business: the salesman, the social media manager, the content creator, the onboarding team, the tech support team, and then you have to coach them or to give them or to give the service, right? Because you're not in business to do social media unless you have a social media agency, if you're coaching people or servicing them or consulting. So I'm assuming that you build a business with what's your zone of genius. I thought that I was gonna be a good coach because I liked it. I like Tony Robbins. I'm like, this is cool. This guy makes a lot of money coaching and motivational shit. Yeah. Woo, woo. But then after a while, I'm like, no, this is not something I'm enjoying. Now, um what I realized that to me, because I was a video games nerd when I was a kid, and I could spend hours and hours building things and fixing stuff or things that are broken, and I can sit on my computer all day like building funnels and setting up automations or workflows and all these things. It was when I sit there, it could be 8 in the morning, and when I pull my head out of the computer, it's like 1 p.m. and like, oh my gosh, like the time flies. So to me, this is my zone of genius. Everything else that I do, it feels like I'm fucking like, like I'm just, how you say that in English, like I'm just like banging my head against the wall. Like I'm putting so much effort into doing things. So, and that's something that might be useful for all everyone listening here, because everyone has a zone of genius, right? You as a business owner, if you want to grow your business, you want to be doing in your business something that generates money that has to do with your zone of genius. If it's coaching people and you have like a gift to coach people and you change lives, and this is your zone of genius, you want to do as much as you can with the time that's available for you. Now, the rest of the stuff needs to be done anyway, because every business will need a website or a funnel or email campaigns or social media. So all these things that are not the zone of genius is something that you can help someone who doesn't want to do these things because they still need to do them. It's the same for everyone, right? So the thing is that when you're in your zone of genius, time flies. You don't know what's going on. You could do that forever. Now, to me,
Is
the
this
things change.
is the zone of genius something that you enjoy doing and have fun, or is it something that you're really good at and you enjoy a good amount of time, um, or is this something that you know how to do, you're willing to put as many hours as possible to get it done, to perfect it? Like, how, right? Zone of genius, I mean, it could be like, what fuels
Yeah.
the mind to
Yeah.
find what your true zone of genius is, right? Like,
This usually has the two things. It usually you're really good at, and usually you can spend hours doing it. You don't need to be willing because you enjoy it. Now, like the thing is, if you have to put effort and willpower into working on your zone of genius, it's not your zone of genius. It's just something that you're good at. But usually it's something that you say, I could do that all day long. It's something like everyone says, oh, I wish I could get paid to do this thing. I could be doing that all day long. Don't tell me it's drinking mojitos on a beach. That's not John of Genius. You're probably a drunk person. But like sometimes kids, you can see that in kids, right? Like sometimes you see a kid that has like a special skill, and this skill seems like naturally gifted at doing that thing. So we all have something that you're really good at. And we all have something that we enjoy doing. Like sometimes you cannot monetize these things. You want to find the thing that's closest, that's something that you enjoy doing, you're good at, and you can do it for hours, and you can charge people for doing it for them. Because as a business owner, you're going to spend a lot of time working in your business and working on your business. So you want to do the maximum possible impact to other people's lives without you having to put a lot of effort into it. Because I want to live. I want to work too, but I want to have a life. So you want to work smart and work on things that you're good at, that you just go there, you do your thing, makes a great impact, it makes you a lot of money, and everyone's happy. It's a win-win-win. Wins, you win, your client wins, and your family as well.
thank you for explaining it that way. Because there's so many ways to interpret, right, different sayings, different statements, frameworks. Our minds get creative on us, and I feel like you've shared with us what you've kind of been through in your journey with the zone of genius. For someone that serves a handful of clients in their marketing business, what maybe advice or best practice or thought could you share with them on how they can help their clients unlock their zone of genius? Like, if you have a client that maybe they've hired the marketing company to do, some different to get results, right? Like get the results. They get their customers, they're getting them results, but now to bring the best out of their client without it being, without it being like a product or a service. How does somebody get the best out of their client from an emotional mindset to help them complement what's being provided?
I would say that sometimes we forget about asking questions and we assume stuff. Usually what I do with my clients is like say, hey, what can I do? What is a way that I can support you the best? I notice that our weekly calls, you're always in a rush, you're in an elevator, or you just on the run. And I feel like if it was me, I would like more time for you to discuss things like, but tell me, how do you feel like what the things we do? How can I help you, support you in the best possible way? Let them talk, because if you're a coach, you might want to get into that conversation. But if you're a client, you're serving your client with anything you're doing for them, ask for feedback and learn from them. Like sometimes we build businesses to help people because we assume they need our help. Well, if they're your clients, you already have a few clients, get feedback constantly and adjust your approach. Super important. The happier they are, the more inclined they will be to bring in more clients. The better testimonials you'll get, the more you will be able to grow your business organically. Ask questions.
I appreciate that because, to your point, sometimes, we go into assembly line mode where we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta do this. Here are the reports, here are the results, here are all the great things that we're doing. All right, see you. We'll see you Tuesday. Or, we're gonna send you an invoice for the renewal. Do you want to renew? Great. What you're saying is get to know them, let them speak, call out their environment, call out their time that they commit, because as they commit more time and they share more, they're more bought into your zone of genius as well as unlocking their zone of genius.
Yeah, I mean, your services, The thing is that your zone of genius, it might be more difficult to change, but you can always find teams and people to do the things that you don't enjoy doing. So in this case, what I would say is yes, it's always get feedback, because some people think, oh, I got a client, oh, I'm done. No, you just getting started. Getting a client is not the end line. Is the start of the line, because now it's time for you to deliver, and every client is different, and emotions, the same way that are involved in your business, are involved in their business. And if they have a bad feeling about you, they're gonna stop working with you, paying for your SaaS, they're gonna go somewhere else. So focus on their customer experience, their journey, their emotions, that they are happy and fulfilled. And if you don't ask, you'll never know. That would be my take.
Wow. Mind blown. Amazing. Jam-packed. If you're tuning in here, and these items resonate with you, this is what this spotlight session is about. And Carlos, very grateful for you to take the time to share your story, share what you share with your clients, share the realness of being in the space, and maybe saying what is not always said publicly, right? Because the audience or the group that person's around may not be experiencing the same thing, or they may not be following the right mentors, or don't have a mentor. For someone that wants to get more of you, they want to join your circle of relationship, they want to maybe consume some of your information, what is like the best place to maybe find you, your business, and what you do?
Yeah, I'm not very active anywhere these days, but Facebook, I usually post stupid things on Facebook, and then LinkedIn, it's more business stuff. But yeah, Facebook or LinkedIn. Facebook or
Okay,
LinkedIn, definitely.
awesome.
Always happy to
And
have a chat with entrepreneurs.
absolutely. And we're going to put in the description here Carlos's website for his business. Take a look at it if you have any questions. And most importantly, to our audience that is tuning in, that is not a HighLevel user, if you were inspired or become interested in what Carlos was sharing with us, and looking to maybe learn a little bit more about HighLevel to unlock your zone of genius and complement what you're doing for your customers, whether you're a marketer or a business owner, in the description below, there'll be a 30-day free trial that you can click on, jump right in, no obligation, and experience different parts of HighLevel, and use some of the components and talking points that Carlos has shared with us. Carlos, thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge, for your wisdom, for sharing it with our audience, without any barriers or limitations. We appreciate you, and we hope to connect with you again.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. It's been fantastic, and I look forward to the next one.
All right. Till next time, guys. Thank you so much.